Amazing in all of our traipsing around the country that last summer doing the Bible conference in Michigan was the first time I've actually spent any time here. I do have to tell you one thing that surprised me. Having grown up near the ocean in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas on the Gulf Coast, and having lived in the state of Queensland where our backyard went right down to Moreton Bay, right outside of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, I was impressed with the waves on Lake Michigan. I really didn't expect waves like that from an inland sea, but it's very impressive. And even though I only got my ankles into the water last time, this summer I'm going to go for the whole ball wax. And those of you from Michigan, we'll be up there in the Whitehall, Montague area the second week of July. That's when we'll be doing our Bible conference up there. Yes, Linda?
I'd like to see that anyone who can spell Michigan is welcome.
Okay, all right.
M, it starts with an M.
Starts with an M. All right, very good. You know, we can just rejoice together, just enjoy being in the company of people whose hearts are tuned into the Lord and are loving the Lord. And there's nobody in here that's crossed the finish line, and nobody in here is perfect. But Jesus said that our objective is for us to be whole, or to be holy, and to be mature. And that's where we're moving. And it's a delight to be in this adventure with all of you. And all of us are flawed, and all of us have areas where we're weak, and we all have areas where we're strong, and we want to just take advantage of that resource and be strengthened by one another. So now we're going to begin our worship time with the new beginning song that we started last week. Lynn, come help me sing that, would you? This is our second time to sing it, but I noticed that it wasn't a new song to most of you. Let's stand together as we just turn our attention to worshiping the Lord. Here I am to worship.
With you.
us as we gather together here. We welcome you. Lord, it's lovely to see these wonderful people that have enriched our lives just by getting to know them and fellowship with them. And Lord, as delightful as it is to see these wonderful people that have gathered, each one unique. Each one unique. Of the billions of people in the world, there's not a single one exactly like the people that you've created that are in this room here. And Lord, we delight in that. But Lord, our greatest desire today is to welcome you into our gathering. And for the knowledge that your eyes search to and fro throughout the earth, that you may strongly support those whose heart is completely yours. And so, Lord, we ask that you find us out here at the edge of the desert in central Arizona. We ask that you find us here, Lord. We welcome you as the guest of honor. We want your name to be uplifted. We want your name to be glorified. We want to know you more fully and better before this gathering is over. And so, Lord, we ask that you come. Be enthroned on the praises of your people as we gather to worship you today. Thank you, Lord. Let's sing the chorus, just the chorus one more time. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Bless you, Lord. Praise your name. Thank you. You may be seated. Ron's going to come and lead us in some worship hymns.